We are often asked by people to provide some information around how many calories their dog needs each day. You know, how much should they feed their dog each day to keep them at a happy and healthy weight. Dr. Katie Nelson in the Pets Move keynote talked a lot about the implications for having an overweight or obese pet. It's costly with their lives, it's costly with the money that you're going to need to spend on extra food and medical care. So it's really important. And the thing is, it's really not that complicated. And you need to just really get a sense and have an understanding and a target number of calories so that you can build a feeding program around that. Of course, we always say, go to your vet, check, make sure that your dog is healthy, make sure there's no specific issues that need to be addressed medically, or maybe restraints on activity or restraints on the kinds of food that you might use. But assuming that you've got a clean bill of health, it is very important to know how many calories your dog needs each day. And for that reason, we have built a couple of tools to answer that question. This video, we're going to just show you the Slimdoggy web widget, which you can get on our website, slimdoggy.com, and then go to the main menu and you'll see a tab for the app, and then scroll down one to the dog calorie and food calculator. Just click on that, and then you will see in the middle of the page the widget. And the widget is meant to do exactly what I said, to provide a pet owner an estimate for how many calories their dog needs each day. So, really simple. There's a few inputs that you need to, a few questions you need to answer. First of all, how old is the dog? So you select that. What their current weight is, whether it's in pounds or kilograms. Their activity level, and said another way, the activity level is a representation of the types of activity that the dog does on an average day. So if they're inactive or in a cage because of injury or old age, you would select that. Low intensity activities, that's probably a majority of the population, since the majority of their population exercises their dog through walking. If you have a runner, if you do agility with your dog, you'd select high intensity, etc., etc. We're going to choose low intensity because that is the normal. And then your dog's activity duration. So in hours, approximately on an average day, how much time does your dog spend doing this activity? And remember, this is an average per day. So if you only walk your dog 4 days a week for half an hour, your average daily activity is actually going to be less than that, because there are 3 days out of the 7 where they're not getting any activity at all. So essentially you'd half that value. But that's a detail. So we can either use the scroller to move up and down, half an hour, quarter of an hour, whatever. We can even type in there directly if we want to be more precise. But let's leave it at a half an hour of low intensity activity per day for an 80-pound 7-year-old dog. Got that data, hit calculate, boom, there you go. So you can see that your dog, this dog is spending or burning about 1,430 calories per day with 30 minutes worth of low impact exercise. That's simple. So now that you have this information, the next thing you need to do is use it. And how do you use it? Very simple. Look at your dog food, figure out how many calories per cup, and determine, based on the number of calories your dog needs, the proper serving size. Our app, Slimdoggy app, does that for you automatically, and you can look at some of our app videos to figure out how to do that. But I want to say one more thing before we leave. This assumption here was that our dog was 80 pounds, that was the proper weight. If you want to get a sense for how many calories your dog would need at their target weight, let's say the dogs really needed to be 70 pounds, they were 10 pounds overweight, not 80, you can use our calculator to put in that value, the target weight, and then hit calculate again, and you'll see a different level of calories. So you get a sense for what the target value should be. And if you're going to be using a weight loss regimen because your dog is overweight, again, check with your vet. And I totally recommend using our app, because our app will give you a feeding program, target calories, that will also give you an estimated duration for the weight loss program. It's actually really slick, and you should check it out. In any case, the bottom line, as Katie says, pet obesity is an important problem. It's a solvable problem, and we're giving you the tools to help you get around it. Know your calories, know how much to feed your dog, keep them healthy and living long.